Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so that's so weird. It's not showing on my YouTube channel that I'm live, but in StreamYard it says that I'm live. I didn't even get a chance to do a thumbnail or anything. This is so weird and random. Hold on, I'm getting my stuff set up, you guys. I just got home. Let me get some water and put on my nightlight, and then I will come back on here in a second. That's so weird. It's not showing that I'm live on my own YouTube channel. This is crazy. Okay, 1 second, you guys. Yeah, this just started a couple seconds ago. I was trying to set up the live, but then I accidentally clicked the button to like go live. But on my channel, it's not showing that I'm live. But on StreamYard, it's saying that I am live. Oh, okay, now I see it. So that's so random that I couldn't make a thumbnail. Hold on, guys. Testing, testing. Hey, Pretty Girl Club. I'm just gonna set up my stuff while I'm like streaming. So if you hear noises in the background, if you hear me like rummaging through bins, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and stream because I just missed like talking to you guys, and I just got home like a few seconds ago. And I just wanted to do a little late night creepy-otical struggle stream and just talk our shit. I saw the Ice Spice slapping thing. That was bullshit with that girl who was like a fan, but then she was actually like an op. And yeah, that was crazy. And then I saw Cleotrapa was celebrating it. It was just, it was crazy shit. Very relatable though. Like if you're truly friends with someone, why would you celebrate their demise or like them being assaulted? But hold on, let me get some water. You guys can probably hear me rummaging through my apartment right now. I'm going to look at the comment section in a second. I'm just looking for my water bottle. Okay, I found it. Well, this is actually not my water bottle. I'm drinking out of plastic, which I hate doing, but I didn't have time to fill up my regular water bottle. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, by the way. I don't know what time it is, like where you guys are hearing me from, but hi to all of the pretty girls. Somebody says, I'm here, but I have to wash my hair while I listen in and get ready for tomorrow. Okay, cool. I need to do my hair. I have my struggle braids in now. The Mixed Miseducation says, I hear you loud and clear. It's 10:37. Did you just start? Yes. Ash says, the way I jumped up and ran to YouTube, OMG, I'm enjoying a salmon salad. That sounds so good. It was so hard for me to stay within my calories today. Oh my gosh. I almost ate some candy today, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then I was randomly craving carbs earlier. It's because I switched my carbs recently. I wasn't doing a lot of complex carbs, healthy carbs. I didn't end up doing that because I'm trying to eat up what's in my pantry. And so basically what I have left in my pantry right now is like just all the processed carbs. So I just feel like whenever I eat processed carbs though, it doesn't really help me. And then I'm like still hungry because it's kind of like empty calories. So I was eating tacos and randomly was craving some tortilla shells today. So I have like 2 tortilla shells left in my fridge right now because I made some tacos. They were nasty. They were terrible. I haven't had tacos in probably, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years at this point. So I made some tacos. I was craving some tortillas after dinner today. I was like, oh, I can just eat the tortilla because, I'm going to be like going to my sport after this, I'll be working out. So that's an excuse. But then I didn't end up eating it. So I'm very proud of myself. Ash says, not they hating on us before we get started. Yeah, YouTube finally emailed me back because I can't get access to my own community page. I mean, it's just, there's some bullshit going on. I was hoping you would talk about ice. I saw another Exotical talking about this. Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't been able to see a lot of content and stuff. I'm not always able to keep up with it, but I'm glad that the other Exoticals are talking about this. We hear you, girl. Do your thing. Are you the woman behind the channel Blaxican Baddie? No. I've never doxed myself on this channel. You guys don't know who I am. Oh, wait. Is this a guy? We have a guy on here? What the heck? Kat says, it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on this. Ash says, it's so much to catch up on. Ooh-wee. Very relatable. This past week was very active. Hi, Pretty Girl Club. Yay, I'm so glad to see all the pretty girls here. I didn't know what to title this stream. I just knew that I wanted to talk to you guys and like make content. But yeah, I saw the video of the Ice Spice slapping where the girl claims that she was walking up just trying to like say hi and be a fan. Like when I watched the video, it was very clear from the very beginning that she was like kind of aggressive because why would she stand that fucking close to Ice? It was just weird. Have you ever been around those types of girls where they say that they're a fan of you, but they really just want access to you? Like, have you ever been around girls where they just want to be your friend so they can know your business? That's really what it is. It's not so much that they're actually a supporter. It's more so like they just want to see what you look like up close. They want to see what you look like with no makeup on. They want like that's how that girl was coming off in the very beginning, like when she walked up to Ice Spice. Because why would you basically get in the booth with Ice Spice, like sitting next to her in that little table thing? That was just weird. Y2K says, finally caught alive. Yay. Princess Jasmine says, hey EU, I ran here from another live. Really? Is this a popular live stream time? I found a glass water bottle at a thrift store. Yeah, I use the I forgot what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a Stanley Cup type of water bottle. That's what I use. But right now I'm drinking plastic like a broke ass bitch. So this girl says, hey you, happy Monday. Oh, it is Monday. It's so weird because ever since I started working for myself, the weekdays I don't really like have a concept of weekdays versus weekends. I will say my weekends though are usually the busiest. But yeah, happy Monday to all of the Pretty Girl Club. I hope that you guys are leveling up and social climbing. But in the case of the whole Ice Spice thing, people like, oh, why didn't she have security around her? Well, it's because everybody doesn't have security around them 24/7. And like, I kind of understand where Ice Spice is coming from, where it's like, sometimes you just want to have a carefree night where you just go to McDonald's late at night with your friends and, you're not thinking about people being your ops and stuff. And this is also why some of us exoticals don't give other people the benefit of the doubt. This is why you do have some aggressive exoticals who will beat your ass. And honestly, I'm not mad at Ice Spice for like wanting to defend herself from that crazy, jealous, dusty ass bitch. BW B1E Eyes says hello. Honeydew Drop says, hey EU, happy Monday. By the way, if you guys want to talk about any other topics on here, we can as well. I just didn't really know what to title it. And then with the whole Cleotrapa thing, she randomly was like talking shit, saying, "Oh well, that girl that was with Ice Spice, that's not her real friend because a real friend would have automatically fought back, and if I was there with Ice Spice, I would have fought back." So it's like, Cleotrapa, why are you trying to pretend like you're BFFs with Ice Spice when you were just beefing with her recently? And now you want to suddenly become bold. Have you ever met those types of women where they're silent as fuck whenever you're successful, but then as soon as something bad happens to you, then they want to come out of the woodworks? As soon as like you get assaulted or like, you know, there's negative news about you, then suddenly they want to come out the woodworks. Like, oh, I used to be friends with her. Oh yeah, I used to know her. Oh, Ice Spice, I know who she is. And it's like, ma'am, have you even made any more music? And I also think, you know, there's that whole dynamic of Cleotrapa, with her being unambiguous and Ice Spice being a multiracial woman. I just find it interesting. Like, wow, Cleotrapa is bragging about the fact that she would have been a mule for Ice Spice. She's bragging about the fact that she basically would have turned into Clarissa Shields and started beating ass and, you know, just acted as Ice Spice's bulldog. But I thought that unambiguous women didn't want to be the sidekick. So Cleotrapa, why are you bragging, saying that basically if you were still a friend, you would have basically been a better sidekick? It's like, ma'am, which one is it? Do you want to be her sidekick or not? Exotic Coda says, thank you for going live. Honeydew Drop says, I feel bad for Ice Spice. She didn't deserve what happened to her. This is why I would never approach celebrities in real life. Yeah, I'm not really like a starstruck type of person. Um, I never get that fascinated by celebrities to where I would walk up super close to them. That's just weird because they're people just like us. Amethyst07 says the aggressive girl was obviously lying and wanted to not knock Ice off of her high horse. Yeah. Yeah, she did. She literally made a video afterwards and she was like, "Oh, I came up so I could like compliment her, but then she was being rude, so I hit her." First of all, bitch, why would you admit? Why would you incriminate yourself and then put it on a video? You're an idiot because now Ice Spice, if she really wanted to, she could easily press charges against you. She's got plenty of evidence. She's got the video footage, and then she's got footage of you admitting to it. And by the way, assault that stays on your record. That's a felony. Honeyskin Red says, I made it to a stream. Yay! I'm so glad some of the pretty girls are like online at this time because this was kind of like a random thing. Oh, by the way, make sure you guys turn on the notification bell and stuff because I am going to be doing random pop-up streams here and there. So yeah, I'm going to try to do as much as I can. Honeyskin Red says they want to see all that up close. Always to pick something apart. Yeah, because it's like, why would you need to get that close to a person's face when you're even like when you're talking to them? Is it so you can run back and tell people, "Oh, I saw Ice Spice. Oh, yeah, she looks like she had a lot of makeup on," or you know what I mean? Have you ever been around those women where it's like they stare at your hair to see if it's real, they stare at your lashes to see if they're real? Those types of women. Maggie Pie says, "Oh, look, I'm a mod. Thank you for the wrench." Oh yeah, I do need some more mods as well. How do I make people mods on here? Let me see if I can do that. Oh, I think I have to go on my YouTube channel to do it. Hold on. Well, maybe I can do it after this because like it's my computer's being slow right now. But I'm just sitting here in my bedroom on the floor. I'm sitting on my little rug right now. I have my little robe on. And I just wanted to have like a cozy. So in the Patreon, I have the late night girl talk series. So it's like where we talk about a bunch of random topics late at night. I might actually try to go live on Patreon or maybe go live. I don't know if I can on the members page. I might try it one of these days. So look out for that. If you're a part of the Pretty Girl Club community, like the official community, like in Patreon and on the member page. But he says, Adobe says Her energy was aggressive from the jump. Ice Spice had the New York jump out of her. Yeah, and honestly, she held her ground. She held her own because I don't know what I would have done if that were the case. I probably would have just hit her back. I'm so fast. I feel like I would, and I have long arms too because like I'm tall, so I would have just instantly hit that girl back. I don't know what I would have done. This girl says, I have noticed American BWs have a problem with me, but American BMs don't. Guyanese here. I get hate from the black women mostly, not the men. Shout out to all of the beautiful Guyanese exoticals. It's so cool to see that we have women on here from like all over the world. And by the way, where's everyone from? Like, what countries are you guys from? What region are you from? You don't have to say your city if you don't feel comfortable, but like, what part of the world are you guys from? Let me know in the comment section. Venti says, I don't condone violence. To see people share a really bad pic of Cleotrapa when she got beat up at some wait, really? When she got beat up at some point, IDK when in response to her mocking Ice Spice was kind of funny after what Cleo said. Oh, that's so interesting. So Cleotrapa got jumped by Ice Spice's people? That's crazy. Bella Jasmine says that girl was definitely looking for attention and clout. Yeah, because why would you go online and incriminate yourself and like announce to everyone, hey guys, I'm the one who hit Ice Spice? Yeah, it's giving I want a destiny swap. It's giving I wish I was popular with Ice Spice, but I can't be. And so I'm just going to hit her and try to sabotage her somehow. And it's like, okay, what do you gain from assaulting her? Nothing. Rejecting a man and sending him DNR threats pipeline. I don't know what that means. But that's very bad. The D4D situation happened 20. Oh, wow. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard about that. He's the one who deleted the little Hispanic 14-year-old girl. He finally got charged and he might be facing the D penalty. Adobe Abodi says, I'm surprised Baby Storm hasn't chased Clout off ice. Oh, yeah, I forgot about her. I get all of them like mixed up. I can't believe it took that long to arrest him. It's crazy. Yeah, that was some BS. So do you guys believe in like people doing like rituals and stuff? I don't want to get demonetized. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that. But yeah, I saw people talking about that D4D situation. Pretty Exotical Goddess says, I don't know why the question isn't, why did that dusty girl try to jump her instead of, oh, why didn't she have security? Exactly. How are you going to blame Ice Spice because a random unhinged little girl tried to hit her? Ash says, I dealt with this when I made TC. I live in a small town in Arkansas and they cut up. Oh, somebody tried to like hit you? That's crazy. Or no, Ariana Grande Cynthia situation. Cleo wanted to recreate. Exactly. It's like I thought unambiguous women didn't like being kind of the guard dogs, like the delicate exoticals or like the white women or whatever. I thought they didn't like that role. And now you have Cleotrapa basically saying, oh, see, I would have been a better friend. Because I think Ice Spice's friend might have been either white or, you know, she wasn't a dark skinned black woman for sure. Ash says, I did get sympathy, but not from the gremlins. Yeah. Najatati. I'm sorry, I'm like butchering you guys' names right now. It's because it's late at night. Hello, can you talk about how you stay skinny in social settings? Love your content. Thanks for going live. So, well, today it was kind of difficult, but I did actually stay within my calories. Let me see how many calories I ate today because it's in my phone. Hold on. So today I ate, oh, I'm going to get canceled. Okay, so I ate 1,500 calories today and I stopped eating at 5 p.m. So I had a banana, I had some green beans today, I had some salmon, some cabbage. I had a couple of eggs today. Those are just like some examples of what's on my food log. But staying skinny in social settings, it's something that I had to learn. It's like a skill that I had to develop. So last night was crazy. I'm actually so surprised that I'm awake right now. I was up until 2 a.m. yesterday because me and my friend went out. I'll talk about it in the Patreon. It was a crazy, very magical night. But so I was actually out late last night and I went to my favorite diner where they have the best cheesecakes and like just imagine, okay, so you know how they talk shit about the Cheesecake Factory? I like the Cheesecake Factory, but like this restaurant in my city is kind of like its own cheesecake factory in a way because when you walk in they have all these cakes and it's open 24 hours. So we were out, we were dancing and stuff. We were like walking. I got 14K steps yesterday. And so that's the perfect time to overeat. That's like when I'm usually my weakest is when I do a little bit more movement and exercise than normal. Cause I told you guys that like sometimes you can overstimulate your hunger by doing too much cardio. That's why I tell people I didn't lose weight by doing cardio. It was just by changing my diet. So when we went to the diner, my friend was like, "Oh, this is the place that has like the chocolate lava cakes and stuff, right? Like they have all the special stuff." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was actually shocked. She was like, "Wow, you are so disciplined. The fact that you're sitting right here and your favorite desserts are right downstairs and you're not eating any of that, that's awesome." Um, but yeah, the way that I stayed skinny last night was just thinking about how I do not want to look like a beluga. That's literally what kept me from getting the lava cake because I was thinking, okay, do I really want to eventually gain weight? Like, do I really want to make this a habit? Every time I go to a restaurant, I just get a lava cake. Every time I go out, I just get a milkshake because that's how the 10 pounds starts creeping back up. And in my case, it goes straight to my ass, which is my least favorite place for it to go. So it's like, no, I don't want to have a big booty. I don't want to attract dusties. I don't want to have like sweat and like my thighs rubbing together. So in my case, I was more so thinking about what I did not want and how I didn't want my body to look. So it kind of like kept me on track last night. West Princess says, "Hey, pretty girls. Hey, Catwoman." Ash says, "Definitely would press charges if I was Ice Spice. We're tired of playing with idiots." Yeah, I think that this is why Exoticals need to use our Karen skills. I'm a big advocate for being a Karen. I told you guys, I myself am a proud Karen. I have called the police on people. I think I told my most recent story in Patreon about how I called the police on a woman and she actually got arrested. She went to jail. They put the handcuffs on her and put her in the police car and drove off. So I'm pretty sure she like went to jail. Um, so yeah, I am a proud Karen. I also reported somebody and I'm pretty sure I didn't try to get her fired, but like she just was ignoring me. She kept ignoring me. And it's like, bitch, if you're the fucking building manager, you can't ignore the tenants who live in the building. I paid money to live in this building. So if I send you an email and something's wrong, you don't just ignore me and blow me off for weeks at a time. Because if you do that, I'm going to email corporate. So that's exactly what I did. You know how like you live in an apartment and then it's managed by like a national company? So that's basically what my apartment is. So yeah, I just emailed everybody. I emailed the entire chain, like going all the way up to the CEO. I know that's like really petty, but that was me using my Karen skills. The manager did happen to be an unambiguous woman. Um, and then after I sent the email, somebody actually called me back and they were like, "Hey, we got your email. We want to talk to you about your experience with so and so manager." And I was like, "Oh shit, like the freaking, the big bosses are calling my phone now." But yeah, I used my Karen skills. And then next thing I know, there was a mass email sent out like, "Oh, so and so has resigned." And I was like, "What the heck? Like, did I get her fired?" But no, seriously, I really do think that this is why exoticals need to be Karens because I don't promote fighting back with your fists. I promote fighting back with other methods. So you can fight back with your social status. You can fight back with your Karen skills, like me. So calling managers, calling police officers, pressing charges if necessary, sending emails to whoever. This girl says, "Hello, lovely ladies. Any other Guyanese or West Indian peeps here?" Yeah, we do have a lot of West Indian exoticals in this community. I don't know if they're online this late at night, but yeah. Exotic Dakota says, "I'm surprised nobody was filming inside of the McDonald's when it happened, like on an iPhone." Yeah, it's because it was so random and there was nobody in the McDonald's. Like if you look at the footage, it's just Ice Spice and her friend kind of sitting off in the back, like in the back corner. First of all, I didn't even know people still ate McDonald's. But okay. I mean, she is a New Yorker, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I'll never understand the obsession that East Coasters have with McDonald's and fucking Dunkin Donuts. My gosh. That's that East Coast shit. Mink says, I vote glow up tips or beauty routines. Okay, yeah. I talk a lot about that on the members page as well. I would say my biggest thing that I did to glow up was literally losing weight. That was my biggest thing, honestly. Losing weight, taking care of my hair, skin, stuff like that. Cat Exit says that girl ain't a friend, not even a guard dog. She'd turn her so quick. Yeah, she literally tried to expose Ice Spice when Ice Spice invited her on her tour. She didn't have to invite Cleotrapa to shit. And look what happened. It didn't do anything for Cleotrapa's career. Cleotrapa is still out here struggling to get a record deal. Still struggling to book those stages and struggling to go on her tours. Pretty Nautical Goddess says, I don't know why the question is why she didn't have security instead of why did that dusty girl assault her? Exactly. Why is nobody talking about the jealousy? America. Oh, you guys are saying where you're watching from? Our RTGP 2.0 says America. Exotic Dakota, Oregon State. Algeria. That's so cool. I don't even really know where that is, honestly. Arkansas. Love Arkansas. I really like people from Arkansas. Ash. I always get along with people from Arkansas. I never had any beef. If you're from Arkansas or like Connecticut, we're going to be friends. Trinidad. Hey. Shout out to the Trinidadian Exoticals. Oh, this guy's from Europe. Okay. That is so cool. Denmark, Europe, Jamaican, and Trinidadian, but I'm New York like Ice Spice. Okay. Florida currently, Guyanese born. I'm Sudanese and Ethiopian exotical in America. Okay. United States of America. Yeah, because when I was looking at my analytics, my American audience was smaller than I thought. I thought it would be like, 90% from the United States. This girl says, I'm half Jamaican, half African American, MGM background, living in Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore. Creole girlie watching from Texas. Don't mess with Texas. Biggie Shorty says, that girl was definitely on behavioral disorder classes in school. Yeah, she reminds me of those girls from Baddies. Like, no shade to all the baddies, but like some of them kind of did act like how she was acting. Attention. They only know how to get negative attention. Yeah, it's like your face card can't get you attention, your body, whatever. You can't get attention from anything positive or even normal. And so you have to resort to violence to get attention. Have you ever been around those girls, like at work or something, where the only way they get attention is by being aggressive? That's the only way that they get noticed, is by starting confrontations. They argue with everybody. They're constantly beefing with everybody. They're constantly falling out. They're falling out with all their friends. He looked like the type too, weirdo. Oh yeah, D4D. He did look like a weirdo. Ash says, I do believe in spiritual work. I'm trying to catch up on you guys' comments. Yes, rituals are real. Really? Okay. I definitely believe they do secret, powerful, mystic things. Okay. The pretty girls come out at night. Pretty Girl Club. Did you see that guy trying to jump in the fight? I did see the guy. Okay, so he was trying to jump in the fight against her, right? Because they were saying that she took a guy's phone and smashed it. So I'm assuming he was recording her, because I remember the clip where Ice Spice was like, "Are you recording me right now?" Honestly, I would take the person's phone and like smash it too. Wait, why are you gonna get canceled? Oh, because people say that I have Rexia. They say that this is a pro Rexia channel. So, I don't talk that much about like calorie deficits or like my exact amount of calories that I ate in a day or whatever, because people have flagged my video. Like, I've had several beluga videos taken down. So sometimes when I'm creating less content, it's because I have a strike on my channel, or maybe I have 2 strikes or something. I have to be a little bit careful because I don't want to get like 3 strikes. Yeah, so people, they get really upset. When I make the beluga videos, people get upset. When I make pretty privilege videos and stuff, people get upset as well, and they'll try to flag them. Sounds like you're doing good on your eating habits. Keep it up, gorgeous. Thanks. I'm just trying to be a part of the Pretty Girl Club. I love Cheesecake Factory. I don't get the hate. Right. I feel like ever since they made that viral video about the Cheesecake Factory and like not going there, that was like bad press for the Cheesecake Factory. I love a good cake. I love a good slice of cake from the Cheesecake Factory. I will say though, when it comes to dates or whatever, because they were talking about dating, saying that they wouldn't go to the Cheesecake Factory. Honestly, I don't know if I would go there either, just because I prefer to do non-food activities, um, as opposed to, oh, let's meet up. Okay, let's just eat like belugas. Because then it doesn't make any sense. Because it's like, okay, so you're telling me I'm on a date, I overate, and then the guy turned out to also be dusty. Oh my God, that's just, if that's not leveling down, I don't know what is. But yeah, I still fuck with the Cheesecake Factory, okay? Fasting is the best too. Yes, I have a fasting series on my Patreon. So I did kind of like this little experiment where I fasted. But I did have to stop fasting though because I lost 14 pounds really quickly. So I was like, oh shit, I'm already skinny. So I was like, I'm not gonna do it forever. But fasting, it gave me a lot of energy. I was able to get 20K steps. It's so random. On the days that I fasted, I was randomly able to get 20K steps. But then, like, when I went back to eating again, suddenly I just went back to like 10K steps. So I don't know if my body just has more energy to walk when I'm not digesting food. But yeah, I think fasting is a great tool. Maggie Pies, I saw that. He was definitely about to jump in. I don't overeat during social settings, but I feel like I overdrink. Okay, like drinking alcohol, coffees. Oh, okay, coffees, bobas, cocktails, and those calories will get you. Yeah, so my trick for that is I actually did this the other day when I was with my friends. You can drink black coffee, that's 0 calories. And by the way, you can always do a natural sweetener. You could do like stevia or Truvia. You could do Splenda, or you can do like Sweet and Low. It depends on what they have. If they don't have um, if they don't have Truvia, I just have to go with whatever artificial sugars they have. Yes, I know it's unhealthy, but bitch, I don't want my blood sugar to be raised. So, you know, um, I'll put that in my coffee. You can also do hot tea or iced tea, unsweetened, and then you can put some Splenda in there. One of my hacks, because I do that as well. I overdrink. But one of my hacks is I actually carry Truvia or stevia in my purse. So I always have, how some girls put hot sauce in their bag? Okay, well, bitch, I've got some stevia in my bag. Because you never know when you need some stevia. You just never know. So yes, if I want to get an unsweetened iced Earl Grey tea, want to drink something, but I want something sweet and cold, and maybe I don't want to buy anything sweet, or I don't want to raise my blood sugar. I want to keep that blood sugar down and stay in fat burning mode. Oh, I'm gonna take out my stevia packet, and then I'll just put that in there. So yeah, that's one of my hacks. Also, you can get a water with lemon that's 0 calories, and then just put some Splenda in it, and now you've got a lemonade. So, is it a little bit ghetto? Yes. But will it keep you skinny? Yes. So that's how I like to do it. Zingling says hi. Is it Zingling or Zingling? I don't know. Honeyskin Red says, I am a Karen and proud. Yes, I'm very proud of my Karen skills. I have had people fired before, arrested. Yeah, it's pretty awesome being a Karen, honestly. I feel very powerful being a Karen. So yeah, that's how I fight back. I don't have to use my fists. I can just call the police. I can just press charges. I can just report everything. Facts. I think a lot of folks make stuff up online to come off more highfalutin than what they are. Highfalutin. That's so funny. I haven't heard that word in a while. Honeyskin Red says, I will also report stuff in a minute, even at my apartment building as well. Yes, I report everything at my apartment. Like, if I went into the staircase and I saw like a dog poop or something, that is something I will report. But you know what I realized? In my apartment, I'm not the only Karen, because somebody, they were letting their dog pee like in the staircases, So nobody really uses the back staircases in the building. They tend to use like they just use the elevators or whatever, or the normal staircases. So this person thought they could get away with their dog peeing in the stairs down by the garage, like when you go onto the sidewalk. And somebody else was so much of a Karen that they actually found the person's apartment because a lot of people in my building have like ring cameras and stuff, you know, so you can kind of see like who walks around. So somebody literally put a sign in front of the person's apartment and they were like, stop letting your dog pee in the hallway. They didn't put it on the person's door, but like they put it on the hallway wall so that when that person opens their door, they can they can see the sign. I was like, that's a new level of being a Karen. Like you literally found out where the person lived. I had no idea that it was the person that just lived a couple doors down. I thought it was somebody from upstairs that was letting their dog like pee. But yeah, that was really random. And I'm very glad to be surrounded by other fellow Karens because that's how you keep yourself safe. I would rather be a Karen than be like a, you know, what's the type of girl that fights everyone and then like goes to jail all the time and so or like somebody from Baddies. You know, I'd rather be a Karen and that's my toxic trait versus being like somebody from Baddies, if that makes sense. I don't want to just throw hands every day. That sounds exhausting. Like just imagine waking up and having to like be violent every single day. No, I'd rather just send an email. It's easier. Miss Galavarino says, yes, my current goal is the 90s fine slender look. 90s to early 2000s bodies were amazing. Yes, me and you have the same internalized beauty standard for bodies. I agree. I love that aesthetic. I also like the K-pop aesthetic in terms of like body types and stuff. I know that's right. Good for you. Witchcraft and above. Pretty girls don't fight. That's ugly. Yeah, it's like, I don't want to mess up my face. I'm not messing up my face. I'm not messing up my body. No, I don't want my hair to get ripped out and all that. Honeyskin Red says, I will never jeopardize my mind or my beauty fist fighting. A hater. I'll call the police before all that. Yeah, like I will get the security guard. Like I'll go stand next to a security guard or something. Like let's say I'm in a club setting or some sort of setting where it's like, you know, there could be ratchet people there or something. I'll make sure that I'm by the security people or like I'll make sure that the police people can see me. And that's a good way to like stay safe. Maggie Pie says, I thought people slowed down on McDonald's once the whole pink slime thing came out. Yeah, I thought McDonald's got canceled a long time ago. I never knew that it was like still a thing. I don't really eat fast food though. See, I don't keep up with beluga culture. Somebody else asked, you know, how do I stay disciplined? Well, I don't even keep up with like McDonald's. I try, try to not agree with them. Just call corporate so they don't know who told. LOL. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You can do that as well. Just anonymously telling. You can write letter. I literally wrote a letter against the CFO before I left my accounting job. Sure did. Sure did go ahead and ruin her reputation because she was literally bullying me and she was jealous because this guy at the job was like flirting with me at the time. It was so dramatic. It was just some bullshit. So yes, I will use my Karen skills to get back at cock blockers as well, or people who try to block my career. You know, back when I was working a 9 to 5, if I really felt like somebody was trying to block my career, okay, well, guess what? Now yours is getting blocked as well, ma'am. Now you're getting blocked, Bethany, because now I'm sending a letter to HR before I put my 2 weeks notice in, and I don't have to deal with it. Guess who they're going to be investigating once I'm gone? And even if you don't get fired, Bethany, you still have to wake up every morning and deal with the fact that everybody knows what kind of a person you are because I sent a letter before I left. Pretty Exotical Goddess says, no, for real, we not learn anything from Mr. Chris K. Wait, who's Mr. Chris K? Jamaica reppin'. Shout out to the Jamaican Exoticals. Jamaican Exotical here, yay. And notice Cleo never popped off after creating all that drama with that advice. What happened to her supporters if she ever had any? Yeah, where are her unambiguous Nigerian? Because remember, she bragged about being a rich Nigerian princess. She was like, "Oh, I'm Nigerian. My money is long. I come from a family of rich Nigerians." Okay, so where are all the Nigerians supporting her career then? They're ignoring her just like they're ignoring Normani, just like they ignored Kelly Rowland. Ash says, "Get a beauty routine, moisturize from head to toe, drink water, whatever is stressing you out, eliminate it." Oh, I 100% agree. Like, yes. You gotta eliminate the dead weight. West Princess says, "Meanwhile, I just saw Ice Spice in a Kate Spade commercial. I love Kate Spade, a classic name brand without being too flamboyant. My favorite wallet was a Kate Spade wallet. It got destroyed. Actually, no, it got stolen when I got my identity stolen. That's a totally different thing. That's a different storyline, but yeah, that was my favorite wallet though. I had the sparkly blue Kate Spade wallet. This is like a while back. I don't know if it still exists. Maybe I should try to get a new wallet. Honduran, Guatemalan Exotical here. Love this channel. Yay! Shout out to Honduras. Shout out to Guatemala. Algeria is in northern Africa. 85. Oh wow, 85% of the country is the Sahara Desert. That's crazy. I heard about the red clouds that are happening like in Africa right now. Has anybody else seen that? Like all over TikTok, where it's like the sky is red, like it's like red and foggy, and people are saying that it's like the end times, and then like the rapture is gonna come and all this. Yeah, I don't know why people still eat McDonald's. Like Chris K, the CEO, doesn't even want it. Oh yeah, they love exoticals in Arkansas. Okay, that makes sense. Connecticut, and no, you will not be taking, you will not be taking my Dunkin' from me. I'm sorry, Queen. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to call out all the Dunkin' Donuts fans, and I just wanted to say, you guys. Just kidding. I mean, I just feel like Dunkin' is just so like, ugh. Like it's just Dunkin' Donuts, just the most basic place. Like, why would I go to Dunkin'? Why would I go to Dunkin' and get that bullshit frozen drink that they have there when I can just get a Frappuccino from Starbucks? It's like Dunkin' Donuts, they just copy what all the other popular places are doing. They copy McDonald's, they copy Starbucks. I'm like, you guys are just copying everyone. And because you're a fucking popular on the East Coast, you got all these police officers that support your business, Dunkin' Donuts, the police officer with donuts. Oh, so cute, so wholesome. Ha ha. I don't know. I guess I'm just a hater of Dunkin' Donuts. No, honestly, it's because I don't really like donuts. I would rather just have a straight up cake. It's like, first of all, why the fuck would I eat 1,000 calories and it's just a fucking piece of bread with some glaze on it? That's all a donut is. It's just sugar and carbs. It's a piece of bread with glaze on it. That is not a real dessert. Donuts are not a real dessert. If I'm going to have a dessert, I want a freaking sundae. I want a brownie. I want frosting on frosting on frosting. I want layers of chocolate. I want whipped cream. I want strawberries dipped in chocolate. Why would I choose, out of all the desserts in the universe, why would I choose a donut? That is the most basic dessert. That's why they eat it for breakfast, because it's not even a real dessert. It's literally like breakfast. So yeah, I guess that's why I'm kind of a Dunkin' Donuts hater, because it's like, okay, you guys are just donuts. Like, you're not even popping like that. You're not popping like that. And plus, Krispy Kreme, well, actually, no, Krispy Kreme is actually worse. That's the most basic donuts ever. Have any other exoticals had the experience of people hating on you, then later being, yes, and then later on they want to be nice and become a fan once you get an attitude with them? Like, this has happened to me several times, because I had to like dial up my black girl attitude. I literally had to try to play into that stereotype. Most women want to play out of that. No, I had to play into that stereotype in order to get women to stop bullying me. And then once I like become a bitch and I'm mean to other women, then suddenly, oh hi baby, how you doing? Oh, it's good to see you, Exoticals United. And it's like, ma'am, you were just trying to bully me the other day. You were only being nice to me because I clapped back at you and because I called you out for being a beluga. Hola, mijas. Love y'all. The men do, the women not so much, but that's because exoticals are rare. African American, Greek, and Guyanese living in Philly. I love Dunkin'. They always wanted to be your friend or be you, but they didn't know how to say. Yeah, exactly. Haters are just fans. They got mad at Ice Spice for not relating to benefiting from colorism. She doesn't owe anyone anything. At the end of the day, everyone has their sole mission. Some are meant to be stars, some not. Yeah, exactly. And I like Ice Spice. I like her raps and stuff. I like her music. How is everyone? Ernestine Wilson? I love the beluga whale content. Yeah, that's the most commonly flagged content. So that's why I can't really make it as much. Well, I can make it. I just have to censor everything. I'm like, oh my God, I can't say that. Skinny, can't say that. I'm like, what the heck? And so, that's why I tried to say beluga because that word is not banned. That's going to get me flagged or whatever. Oh, really? I was going to ask if you could do a weight loss tip. Yeah, that's my tip is definitely stay within. Oh, first of all, I never go above 2,000 calories. There is no reason for anybody to be going above 2,000 calories. I don't care if you're being active. They'll be like, oh, I worked out today, so like I can eat 2,500 calories. I can eat 3,000 calories. No, that's what a man would eat. Even if I worked out, I don't care if I hiked 10 miles. The most I will go to usually is probably somewhere around 1,900. Honestly, I do tend to stay lower than that, but I'm just saying in terms of being active, it's not, you don't need to like eat a whole bunch of calories. I would say that's my biggest weight loss tip. I think 1,500 is way more than enough for most women. If it's not enough for you, it's because you're eating processed food. It's because you're eating stuff out of a package. That's why you're still hungry. But yeah, I would say that's my biggest weight loss tip. Eat protein. Eat high quality protein, lean protein, not like fat, greasy protein. Oh, I got some chicken wings. That's protein. Okay, well, that's fucking greasy, low quality protein. They'll be like, oh, I eat protein every day. Why am I fat? It's because you ate 12 chicken rings. You ate 12 chicken wings and you ate all that sauce and you ate freaking red hot sauce, which destroys the lining of your stomach. Maggie Pie says, you are not the only one for some reason. If you're talking about being skinny on YouTube, you'll get flagged. But if you're just talking about fatness, not necessarily losing weight, you won't get flagged. Yeah. RTGP 2.0 says Mary 420. I am screaming. Not the CEO won't eat it. Yeah, I heard about that. How the CEO just called it the product. Flagging content creators for talking about healthy living while lifting up mukbangers and fat acceptance is crazy work. Yeah. And I also feel like anytime you have a privilege, people automatically want to bring you down and they automatically want to humble you. I notice they do this with rich people. Anybody rich, they'll say that they're like evil or they're like, they're doing bad stuff or whatever. But then that same person will go play the lottery. That same person will go to Vegas and gamble. They're driving to fucking Vegas, driving to Oklahoma and shit so they can like gamble. I'm like, I thought that you just said that like wealthy people are like bad. So like, why are you going and driving to like a casino so you can play the slot machine and lose $500? This girl says he did not bite that burger. Love you, girl. Love you guys too. Iced Americanos are delicious and almost no calories. Yeah, it's pretty much like no calories. That's my go-to drink is an iced Americano. If I really want an iced latte, I never get iced lattes anymore for the most part. Unless I'm fasting or something. But that's not, I don't recommend that, so I don't usually talk about that. But yeah, I will get maybe an iced Americano with some Splenda or something. If I really want the syrup that bad, if they have a seasonal syrup, I will get the syrup in there. If they have a skinny version of it, like a sugar-free vanilla or sugar-free caramel is what they usually have, I might get that. But if I really want the syrup, I'll go ahead and get it. Like, oh, can I get an iced Americano with lavender in there? Okay, that's only 100 or so. It's about 100 and something calories. It's still going to be less than a full-blown iced lavender latte with whipped cream. I hoard stevia and Splenda in my purses. Really? I've never met anybody else who has it in their purse. Miss Galvarino says, do you count honey as a sweetener? So yes, that is it's calorie dense. It is calorie dense and it does raise my blood sugar. It does raise your blood sugar. And the reason I talk about blood sugar is because like depending on your blood sugar levels, it can take you out of fat burning mode. So yes, I used to be obsessed with honey. I love honey. I think honey it's very good. It's very good for you. It has a lot of healing properties to it. But yeah, I stopped like being so obsessed with honey. I mean, I used to have probably about 1/3 of a cup of honey per day. Like that's how much honey I would use. I put it on everything. I put it in my tea. I would just have spoonfuls of it just by itself. I used to drizzle it on everything, fruit, yogurt. I would dip random stuff in it. I would put it on like toast, oatmeal. So yeah, I put honey, I would say that one step below just regular sugar. But if I had to choose between white sugar, like cane sugar, table sugar, versus honey, oh, I'll choose the honey every time. But would I put honey in my coffee? No, I would not. I miss the old YouTube where it was about fun and where everything didn't get monetized and censored. It's sad. I miss the days of Michelle Phan, Smosh, etc. Oh yeah, I love Michelle Phan. I like her finance content. Haven't heard that name in years. Yeah, shout out to the millennials. Sugary drinks are terrible for you, to be honest. And it raises your blood sugar so quickly. Like the last time I had a sweet drink, I remember going to a coffee shop. I had this sweet tea or something like that, and I instantly got a headache just within like a couple sips. So yeah, the sugary drinks are actually worse because it spikes your blood sugar super fast. So, that's really bad. Like in my case, if I have a super spiked blood sugar really quickly, I actually get in a bad mood. I can feel like this burning sensation in my face and in my body. Cause like once you become thin, you're much more sensitive in your body and you're more like attuned to how your body reacts. So yeah, I remember one time I was home for the holidays and I went to Cinnabon and I had a Cinnabon. Like I had the entire Cinnabon. So like with the frosting and everything. And as soon as I started eating it, I instantly like became angry and like got in a bad mood. And it was not normal. It was literally because of that sugar spike. Xiang Lung. Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm saying it right. True lemon and true lime drink mix has stevia, no aspartame. Okay. Check the calories. It's 16 grams of sugar per tablespoon of honey. Yeah. And then it's like, isn't it like a lot of calories too? Like what, 120 or so calories per serving? So that's a little too high for me. I try to stay away from calorie dense foods. That's not going to be my main thing. I view that as more of a treat. So like, for example, any type of milk, like almond milk or something like that, that's more of a treat just because it's a little bit more dense. Same thing with nuts, actually. Like trail mix, that's more of a treat. I treat that as like a dessert. So if I'm going to the movies or something, that's when I'll take out the trail mix. If I'm at a party, that's when I eat the trail mix. So I put the foods into different categories. The richer the food is, the closer it gets to like kind of being a dessert or being like a treat. So that's not going to be something I eat every day. Um, a Bodhi says, I'd say social constructs used for good, beneficial purposes if used right, honestly. Yeah, because other people are using their social constructs to their advantage. They're using their privileges to their advantage. They're growing up in these rich neighborhoods, getting access to these high quality schools and getting all this education, so they're using certain social constructs to their advantage. So, why can't the exoticals, why can't women of color do the same thing? Other women get to do that. YouTube lets me talk about crazy stuff, but the second I play any copywritten music is the issue. Yeah, that's so true. That is very true. Definitely a Karen instead of a hot Cheeto girl. Exactly. Imagine waking up every day throwing fits like Christian, or I mean Krishan, I think is how you say it. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to live like that. Always yelling at people, cussing people out, threatening people, keying people's cars and busting windows and stuff. I don't want to live like that. This is why they don't have any edges or length now. I'm not getting my beautiful hair ripped out. Exactly. I swear, work belugas are the worst, and it's always over some dusty D you don't even want. Why is there always a beluga at work who has a crush on the security guard? She always has a crush on either security guard or like she'll have a crush on one of the guys that works next door, like at a different company or something. She always has a crush on a client. She always has a crush on somebody black or somebody white. And then assumes she will assume that I would like that guy too, or that guy would like me. And then she starts being a bitch to me. Yes, that's pretty much the work beluga blueprint. That's pretty much how they behave. This could be a black beluga, a white beluga, Mexican beluga. I mean, there are just so many different types of belugas out there. Yes. Oh my gosh. Cleotrapa reminds me of Azalea Banks. I was just thinking about Azalea Banks the other day. I was like thinking about her personality archetype. Sahara dust travels to Florida. Oh, wow. What's your zodiac sign and your favorite and least favorite sign? Well, I stopped sharing my zodiacs because the Exoticals in the Discord who are like actually into the signs and stuff, they told me, I guess you're not supposed to share like your top 3 signs or whatever because like you have to protect your privacy and stuff. But as far as my favorite signs, so it depends on if it's a man or a woman. So in terms of friendships, my favorite signs, I love Pisces women. I love Aries women. We're going to get along. If you're a Pisces or if you're an Aries, I really love Aries women. I just feel like I've never had beef with an Aries. You guys are so good at leveling up. You guys are very chill and like good friends. You guys are loyal. But yeah, all the Pisces and Aries, like this month, so April and also March, oh my God, these were like the busiest months. Everybody's birthday was happening at the same time. I'm like, oh my God. And I felt bad because I literally had to cancel on some friends' birthdays so I could go to another friend's birthday. Like that's how many girls I've been around who have those signs. Least favorite sign. Let's see. Probably a Taurus. I think a Taurus is my least favorite sign just because like all of my big blowout like breakups or like a friendship breakup. It could be a romantic breakup or a friendship breakup that went really bad. Like I'm talking like really toxic to where I made an episode about it. They were Tauruses. So yeah, like the beluga that got mad at me because I didn't order a fucking Uber Black. She literally got mad because she argued that like the car was too small for her to fit in. So she got mad at a car that I paid for to pick us up. She got mad because she would not be comfortable in the car, which is actually false. She could still fit in the car. I mean, she was big, but she wasn't that big. It's not like you need some extra seats, bitch. And it's like, how are you going to get mad at me when I'm the one who paid the money for the car? You should be grateful that you're even being picked up, ma'am. This is my money that I paid. But yeah, so I want to try Meg Thee Stallion's mango protein drink. Oh, okay. I didn't know that she had a mango protein drink. That's cool. Why don't you eat Mexican food? I don't know if that's towards me or towards somebody in the comments, but I eat all types of foods. I just don't eat a lot of processed food very often. So, like with the tortilla thing that I was talking about a few minutes ago, tortillas, I like the flour tortillas and I love to douse them in butter. So, that's very unhealthy. It's 2-calorie dense. So, a tortilla itself, the shell is only 100 calories, but like once you add butter on that and then you add in like some other stuff, it's a little bit too rich. It's very carb heavy. So I try to, if I'm going to do carbs, I try to do healthier carbs like sweet potato. My body really likes sweet potato, yams, pumpkin, stuff like that. Even like from a can. I would rather have canned pumpkin or canned yams than have like a tortilla shell. LOL, yes, Dunkin is trash, but the black coffee is so nostalgic. Those donuts are like 2,000 calories. Exactly. Why would I spend 2,000 calories on a plain donut? This is literally just bread doused in glaze. That is the most boring, uninnovative, most basic dessert that you could have ever created. Why would I go for the lowest quality bare bones dessert. If I'm going to eat a dessert, bitch, I'm going to eat the fanciest dessert. I want sprinkles on my dessert. I want a freaking strawberry fruit and I want a design on there. I want like a 7-layer cake. Why would I settle for a nasty, plain, fluffy donut? And then when you bite the donut, it's basically filled with air. I'm like, wow. So I literally just paid $5 for air. I stood in line. I stood in line at Dunkin Donuts and just paid $5 for air. So it's like, why would I even eat that? It's not even good. If I'm going to eat air, I'm going to eat a fucking marshmallow. It tastes way better than a donut. I'm going to have a marshmallow. I'm going to dip it in chocolate or something. And that's way better than just a basic donut. Hey, EU, love you, girl. Had a donut after dinner from Food Lion and it hit the spot. Haven't had something that good in a while. Sorry. What is wrong with you guys? Who are you guys? I do not know who these people are because I would never tell the Pretty Girl Club to settle for a donut. Why would I settle for donuts when cupcakes exist? Poor Ice. All of us have been in her situation. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people have like girls plotting on them or like just randomly deciding to turn on them. See, that's the thing about Ice Spice. Like she was very patient and like gracious with the girl. She was kind of like, why are you so close? What the heck? But yeah, that girl, she escalated everything really quickly. I knew a girl who would constantly point out my gray hair and told me about how cool it was that I was elegantly transitioning into the next portion of my life. Yeah, that's random. Why is she pointing that out? And by the way, speaking of gray hair, I am considering keeping my gray hair when I get older. I don't have any grays yet. Well, I have one, but I don't know where it is. So I don't know if it went away or if it fell out or what. Yeah, looking young, I mean, I don't know how young I want to look because it's starting to get annoying, like looking a little bit younger than I am. I just don't like how people try to treat you when they think you're really young. They treat you like a dumbass, and I don't really like that. So when I get old, I might be one of those ladies that has like the silver hair, or you know how they even have like those auntie wigs where it's like gray. When I'm old, I think I might just wear my hair. I don't know if I want to just wear it black forever because I don't know. I just feel like there's something cool about like being old and kind of like representing for the old people. Maggie says Dunkin Donuts just introduced the new 48-ounce beverage bucket coffee. Oh, wait, what? A 48-ounce coffee? Okay, wait, no. They might be saving themselves now. Okay, now they might have gained a new customer because what? 48 ounces of coffee? That sounds great, honestly. But I'll do 48 ounces of black coffee. No, I can't drink that much coffee. Um, I do have a caffeine limit for myself too. So I only allow myself to drink 1 cup of coffee per day. Sometimes I can drink 2 cups of coffee per day, but I try not to drink coffee past like 6 p.m. I mean, I've been completely not following that recently, but it's like I do try to time myself like, okay, I can't have caffeine at night because I want to have a good quality of sleep too. And plus, if you have caffeine at night, it affects your caffeine high the next morning. I shouldn't call it a caffeine high, but yeah, that's why I'm drinking it. Redux says, people always try to quiz me on my exotical background as if I'm lying. And it's so annoying. I'm still trying to master how to deal with that. Oh, you just stop hanging out with people who question you. Usually the only people who question your background tend to be monocultural people. So maybe they're monoculturally black, monoculturally white, or Asian, or whatever. I don't hang out in spaces where people force others to fit a stereotype. Like, I will just cut that person off. Or if somebody doesn't want to quote unquote accept who I am, I don't want that person in my life because, that person is not seeking to understand me. They're just seeking to label me. And it's like, why can't people just label themselves? You let people label themselves as Democrats, Republicans, you let people call themselves skinny, plus size, etc. So why is it that every other label people get to decide for themselves? But suddenly when it comes to calling yourself an exotical as a nickname or maybe like naming your skin tone or something, then suddenly people want to argue. So I've noticed that hypocrisy. I'll just cut those people off. What is your advice for us if we got in a situation like this? Oh, in my case, I would have had to fight back. I would have done exactly what Ice Spice did. Honestly, I would have definitely fought back, and then I would have pressed charges as well because it's self-defense. And then I would have been like, okay, it's on camera. This girl needs to learn her lesson. So yeah. Reddick says I'm Dominican, Panamanian, Sicilian, and Brazilian. Nice. Shout out to all the beautiful exoticals. Hey, folks. Pretty Exotical Goddess says, I try to eat mostly fruits and vegetables to stay small. Yeah. Yeah, like vegetables in particular, they do a good job of keeping me full because there's protein content in vegetables. Fruits, they tend to have kind of low protein content, but like in my case, the main vegetables that I eat are leafy greens like spinach and, so that's protein content. So it keeps me more full throughout the day. The beluga content is number one, but the men hitting the wall content is close second. Yeah. I need to record some more beluga and some more decentering men content as well. And isn't it interesting how when people over in the black YouTube space, such as I Am Aloho, when they talk about decentering men, suddenly it's, oh, you're so courageous, you're so brave. Oh, yeah, that's how you should do it. Like when she was talking about decentering her marriage or whatever and like getting a divorce and all that. It's like, oh, well, that's courageous. Oh, I respect that. But then when the exoticals talk about like not centering our lives around men, oh my God, you're so extreme. Oh, well, you're lesbians. Oh, well, you're just femcells. Exotic Epiphany says, hey, gorgeous ladies, glad I caught the live. Yes, shout out to all the beautiful exoticals. Princess Jasmine says, they're grooming American youth to think binary rating isn't an ED. Oh, to think binge eating isn't an ED, but it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy but glorified. Yeah. They're grooming American youth to think it's normal. Your advice on outlasting your enemies was so true. My beluga manager is leaving, and the coworkers who were hating are mostly gone. Nice. Yeah, I love doing that as well sometimes, just outlasting my enemies. I've done that at the gym before. I know it's very petty. But yeah, if a bitch wants to try to challenge me at the gym, this happened to me. I don't know how many times. I don't know why women always try to compete with me at the gym. Bitch, that's the worst place to try to compete. If you want to compete in some sort of athletics, that's not a good place to try to compete with me because I will literally stay on the elliptical. I have stayed on the elliptical for several hours before. And no, it was not for Rexia. It was because I was training for something at the time. So that was a part of the training. I didn't want to go outside because I didn't want to have heat exhaustion that day. The weather was too hot for me to like run outside. So I ran inside of the gym. And in order to get mileage, it lasted, I had to go on there for like 2.5 hours basically. But yeah, outlasting your enemies, that is also a diabolical tactic. Just keep showing up. Kind of like when people thought they could scare me off YouTube, like, oh, let's just send her death threats or let's just do this, or whatever. It's like, no, I'm still here. I'm still going to create videos. I don't care what happens. Like, I'm never leaving. If something bad happens to this channel, guess what? I'm going to make another channel, bitch. And I'm going to come back on here and keep talking my shit. So I will outlast my enemies. That's a great diabolical tactic. Because, you can't let other people take you away from your destiny. You can't let other people take away your gifts or like, whatever you feel is your territory or your life that you're supposed to have. You can't let people take it away. Like, for example, in my city, a lot of people talk about gentrification. Like, oh, they're gentrifying. Bitch, you will never gentrify me out. I'm never leaving. So, I mean, I don't care if I'm the only person of color within the 50-mile radius. You're not gentrifying me. Oh, but Exoticals United, they're going to raise the prices. They're going to raise rent. They're going to raise mortgages. Okay, and then I will raise my income. You're not kicking me out of my own territory. You're not doing that. I will outlast anybody that tries to get rid of me. So yeah, that is a great diabolical tactic. That's my favorite series. Which one? The Beluga one or Decentering Men? I love sweet tea. Yeah, I'm not much of a sweet tea person. I like hot tea. If I'm going to drink something cold, usually it's just going to be water or something with electrolytes. Honey is a gateway beluga food. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's calorie dense, and so is hummus. Like in my case, some of the beluga healthy foods were like hummus. This is gonna get canceled. This I'm gonna get canceled. They're gonna definitely try to clip this, but yeah, I do feel like honey, hummus in particular, trail mix, nut butters like peanut butter, almond butter, all of those things are kind of like gateway beluga foods because they're very rich, they're very calorie dense. It's very easy to overeat them, especially like peanut butter and stuff because you're not really chewing. You're just kind of like gobbing it. You're eating gobs of it in your mouth and stuff. So, yeah, that's the main reason that I stopped with the honey. I love honey though. It's I mean, I love honey not just for eating. I put honey on my hair, I put honey on my skin. I've used honey as a makeup remover. I've used it as a face wash. I mixed it with green tea leaves and like made a little facial out of it. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of honey, but yeah, I can't just eat it all up all day long. Miss Divine says, I believe I'm low in magnesium. Yeah, you got to get your magnesium up. That makes sense. I never heard you mad before. That's funny. I feel like sometimes I sound mad and I'm not really mad. But yeah. Sarah, the men believe vids me, but their comments are even funnier. They always get so pressed, even though they spend all day talking about women. Yeah, most men are belugas. Like, when are they going to admit that? Most men have beer bellies. Most men have a bald circle in the middle of their head. Most men do not have straight white teeth. They have crooked yellow teeth, gaps everywhere, fucking cavities everywhere, haven't been to the dentist in 15 years. So it's like, yeah, when are we going to talk about that? How a lot of men are bad built. He's got hips. He's got more hips and booty than me. He's a bootylicious man. You know, he's got like man boobs. He's got like wide hips. So yeah, they talk about women hitting the wall. They hit the wall. Oh, Cinnabon red velvet is my favorite. Yeah, that's one of my weaknesses, Cinnabon. So whenever I'm like traveling, if I'm in a city that has Cinnabon, it's a very tempting thing. It's Yamina, currently deep conditioning. I live walking distance from McDonald's. I allow myself fries, a sandwich, and pies from there once a month or once every 2 months. I used to love their pies. The pumpkin one. I think it was a pumpkin or sweet potato one. They had an orange one before. Maybe it was pumpkin. And then I had like the apple one. Exotical Epiphany says, I always felt that sugar was worse than calories and carbs when overdone. Kicks me out of fat burning mode instantly. Yeah, I've noticed my body, it doesn't react well to sugar. I tend to be a little bit more susceptible to sugar addiction. So I have to really be careful with sugar because I noticed that, like, okay, let's say I were to eat sugar tonight. I noticed that, like, for the next 3 days after I eat sugar, suddenly my brain is like still thinking about sugar. I don't know what it is about my body in particular, but like eating sugar will cause me to have cravings for like 2 or 3 days afterwards. I don't know why that is, but yeah. Magnesium is a non negotiable. Love it. Hey there, Exotical Epiphany. I'm trying to catch up with you guys' comments. Krishan really dropped the ball. She was so gorgeous. Now she's strung out, missing a tooth, a single mother. It's not worth it. Yeah, and I think part of that comes from being male centered at one point because wasn't she with that one guy? I think his name's Blueface or something, the guy with the face tats. So yeah, kind of arguing back and forth with his baby mamas and stuff, fighting other women. Aries, oh cool. Pisces male. Yes, I like Pisces men as well. Hey, I'm a Pisces. Love you. Yay, Leo early. Okay, Leos. A Bodhi says no Aries women for me, thanks. Leo, Virgo, and Sag women are my faves. Capricorn and Pisces for men. I'm surprised that there are guys on this channel. But yeah, I appreciate the support to all the shout out to all of my male supporters actually on Patreon. Believe it or not, I actually do have men who they like donate. I can't let them be in the Discord, but they do like donate and stuff. So shout out to the men who support the exotical space. I'm a Sag. I love other fire signs and air signs. My friend is a Taurus. He is so super stubborn and picky, but I love him. Sag women are the best. I love them. That's also why I love Nicki. Oh, Nicki Minaj. Keto carbs work good for me. I need a substitute, but I always pick around to the protein anyway. Okay, so keto carbs. I don't think I've ever heard that term before. Like, what's a keto carb? I don't know what would be considered a keto carb. Does that mean like low carb? What kind of fasting do you do? So I just did, I can't remember what it's called, just the regular fasting where like you don't eat anything and you just drink water and like herbal tea. That's what I did. I tried that before. A few years ago, I used to do intermittent fasting. I noticed that I naturally do intermittent fasting. So when I read you guys my food log a few minutes ago, notice how I put the time on there. Like I said, I stopped eating at 5 p.m. That's actually so I can track how long I fast. You know, so like if I stopped eating today at 5 p.m., then I don't eat until tomorrow at like 12 noon. That's like what, 12 hours plus 7, you know, that's around what, 19 hours of fasting technically. So, you know, that's a part of being thin. I'm not constantly snacking. Not snacking was a huge one for me. That was a huge thing that helped me to become thin. Flour tortillas are the best. I haven't had one in a year or so. Yeah, it was so funny because um I was on FaceTime and then my mom was like, "Oh, you have the flour tortillas?" Like, ugh, flour. How dare you eat a flour tortilla? Pretty Exotical God says, yes, I love milk chocolate covered strawberries with the sprinkles. Yeah, so I've been trying to do only dark chocolate if possible. Because same thing, I'm sensitive to milk chocolate because then I'm gonna want more. I've noticed I'm gonna be like, oh, I want some, you know, I want white chocolate now. I used to actually love white chocolate. Like you know the cookies and cream bar, the Hershey's cookies and cream bar. Oh my gosh, that used to be one of my favorites. Or like the white chocolate Reese's. But she says, I love milk chocolate covered strawberries with the sprinkles and the dark chocolate drizzle. Way better than some marshmallow. Yeah, no, I agree. I would choose strawberries over chocolate covered marshmallows too. And recently, I've been getting into chocolate bananas. So you guys should try that. That's a good, like, skinny dessert. So what I used to do actually when I first started losing weight was I started making my own desserts at home. So I would make my own chocolate strawberries at home. Well, that was the main dessert that I did actually. I would do chocolate strawberries or strawberries with whipped cream. Basically, I was trying to make fruit into a dessert. I was trying to train my brain like, okay, fruit is dessert instead of, oh, I have to have ice cream or, you know, something processed. So that's a good hack. Like you could do blueberries and whipped cream as your dessert or Cool Whip. I agree. Donuts are definitely breakfast food. LOL. I resist buying them for most of the year. Exactly. That's not a real dessert. It's not sweet enough to be a dessert. Like, if you're talking about you just want a straight up sugar bomb, it's like, okay, if I'm going to be a beluga and eat 2,000 calories, I'm just going to go full beluga. I'm not settling for a donut. I'm not settling for freaking Krispy Kreme bullshit. Aries, that's crazy. You guys don't like Aries? I don't mind gray if I get that cool exotic streak. I want a diet silvery white. Yeah, that sounds good actually. I drink like 10 cups in a day several times. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm sensitive to stimulants and stuff. Like I'm sensitive to caffeine. I'm very sensitive to melatonin. Um, yeah, so my body, I have to limit how much I take. Like even with melatonin, I can only take maybe like less than 5 milligrams, like way less than 5 milligrams. Like I literally will lick the pill. I have like these melatonin gummies and I can't even eat the gummy. I can't eat the whole gummy. I have to just like lick on the outside of the gummy and that's enough melatonin for my body to be able to feel it. Like that's how sensitive I am to stuff like that, like caffeine, melatonin. I'm up because I live 45 minutes away from Disney World and it still sounds like bomb. Oh yeah. That would scare me so bad. Like if you live next to Disney World or if you've ever been over there by Disney World or by Disneyland in California, oh my gosh. Yeah, it does sound so scary. They are stale half the time. Yeah, the donuts are freaking stale. Maybe I should start an exotic channel, but I don't even know what I would talk about. Yeah, shout out to all the new people starting Exotical channels. I lost track, um, and I'm just that's awesome that so many people are like, sharing their stories and like giving their talking points and stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys keep starting channels. A channel for exotical men. I haven't seen any exotical men channels. Well, yeah, we used to have. I used to collaborate with MLS male content creators, but it just didn't work out. But yeah, there are some like MLS men who have channels. I don't think they support my channel though. Some of them didn't like me because they didn't like that I included monoracial black women. Like some of them only wanted me to talk about biracials or, like they had, or they only wanted me to talk about light skinned people only. They didn't like that I talked about dark skinned women. I just didn't like how some of the male creators were trying to come in and domineer my content. I'm like, how are you going to try to domineer my content when I'm the biggest creator in this sector? What are you talking about? You need to be building your own channel. The fuck? Also, notice how a lot of MLS male channels did not pop onto the scene until after the Exoticals popped out onto the scene. Um, so I thought that was interesting. But yeah, no, that's cool. I support people creating their own channels. Actually, I do have a beluga trying to compete with me. Story time. Mind you, I'm a gay male. A lot of belugas are male centered. I have noticed that. You know what? That's a good point. I have noticed a lot of belugas can pick me, and I feel like it's because they go through a lot of rejection, so they're just more desperate in general. Ellipticals are amazing. Way better than a treadmill. I want access to one again one day. Yeah, I prefer the elliptical because it's easier on my knees, like on my joints and stuff, versus the loud ass treadmill where I'm just like do 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 do. Like I hate that I can hear every single footstep that I do on the treadmill. Abodi says, "Yeah, I would use raw honey for my body. Eating not so much." Yeah, like I've done like honey scrubs stuff. Excuse me, sir, why no Aries women? Yeah, exactly. What's the problem with Aries women? I love Aries. I try to eat fish as my protein because I can't do chicken. It's nasty. Oh, I agree. Chicken is disgusting. It's freaking nasty. It only tastes good if it is completely covered and doused in something. It has to be like completely drenched in sauce. It has to be deep fried with like thick skin and breading on it. And it's like, okay, ma'am, it does not taste good then. You're trying to do all these hundreds of different ways in our society to try to convince us that chicken tastes good. It's like, ma'am, if you have to do all of that just for it to taste good, then it's not good. You had to cook it. You had to create a thing called a rotisserie where it's like you roast it and then like spin it in a circle for 5 hours just so it can like taste good. Okay, so then it's nasty. That's proof chicken does not actually taste that good. So yes, I agree with Pretty Exotical Goddess. But I do still have no choice sometimes but to force myself to eat chicken because I'm like, dang it, this is the only thing that I have left. But yeah, I try to eat fish too. I love seafood. I love well actually no, because I just made some tuna the other day. It was nasty. Like I actually bought fish. So not like the tuna in a can where you put mayonnaise and stuff. I wish I would have done that. But no, I was at the store and I was like, "Oh, they have tuna, like an actual one that you can cook yourself." And then it was like pre-seasoned. So I was like, "Oh, this looks like it could be good. Like, let me try this out." Oh my God, it's so nasty. I'm gonna throw it away. I only took like one bite and it's still in my fridge right now. I just wrapped it up in foil. I didn't even put it in Tupperware because it's like this is gonna go in the trash. Um, but yeah, I love a good bougie seafood. I love like salmon, tilapia. I've been getting into different like crab and lobster and stuff, just trying to be a bougie exotical. Yes, low carb bread or protein chips. Yeah, I just recently saw that, they're starting to make a lot of processed proteins, like protein chips and protein Cheez-Its and protein, like just everything with protein. I've never tried those, but sounds interesting. I love the Beluga series the most. I watch all of them. So what kind of topics do you guys want me to talk about within the Beluga series? Because I've talked about like calorie deficits, workouts, the Beluga mindset, hating ass bitches who are Belugas. I'm trying to do a full body cleanse. I like to do a good 3-day water fast every 3 weeks to help rest my body and allow it to reset and heal. Yeah, it just feels wonderful when you're fasting. It really does. It feels great. I'm more clear-headed. At the time of this live stream, I have been fasting 6 hours. So, yeah, even when I record, I don't even like to eat before I record because I've noticed a difference in my thinking patterns. Like, I'm not as quick on my feet. I can't connect the dots as quickly when I've had like a bunch of food and stuff versus when I fast. I just feel like I literally think more clearly. And it's almost like I'm more sharp. I'm more like intellectually sharp. Me says, I'm vegan, but I can't hardly keep peanut butter in my house because it triggers me and I'll eat it way too fast. Same thing. Yeah, same with me. So I stopped buying peanut butter. It's been about maybe almost 6 months now. One time I ate freaking 700 calories worth of peanut butter in one day. I was like, fuck. Yeah, so I had that same problem with peanut butter. So that's why even if it is a healthy food, I try to still categorize it like, no, this is still clean bulking. So just because it's healthy, it doesn't mean you can just eat a whole bunch of it. So yeah, you might feel good, like, oh yay, I got like, protein in my body and like healthy fats. And it's like, okay, but like you're clean bulking though. But yeah, I noticed that I like that texture. Sometimes with peanut butter, I crave it because my body sometimes craves healthy fats. So I've learned how to read my body's different cravings now. So now I know sometimes with the peanut butter, I was craving the texture as well. So kind of that smooth texture. I have the same problem with guacamole. I ate, I'll eat damn near the whole thing or whatever. It's because of that texture. I really love that soft texture. I will say, yeah, it's better than eating frosting, which is what I used to eat when I was a beluga. That's what I would be fiending over when it's that texture. But I try to get some other replacements. So maybe like a Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, that is kind of like my replacement for ice cream. But I haven't really been craving it lately. I haven't really been craving any dairy at all, actually. But yeah, I know the struggle. I'm really struggling with ignoring the cravings for sugar. Hershey's. Yeah, you might have to do what I did and just try to like get it out of your life in general. You might have to just give it up. So I still do eat sweets, but not like every day. And I haven't kept them in my apartment recently. Recently I've been kind of experimenting with more like healthy sweets and stuff, or just like having fruit as my dessert. Do you have a favorite artist? Yeah, like a music artist? Um, yeah, I do have some artists that I really listen to a lot. I go through different phases, so I never have one artist that I'm like, only listening to or whatever. But yeah, my favorite artist was always like Mariah Carey when I was growing up. My favorite Barbie her name was Mariah. So I named her after Mariah Carey because she was my favorite. I used to listen to her CDs and stuff all the time. Um, so yeah. This girl says not lick the gummy. Yeah, I literally, that's how sensitive I am to it. It's a dessert. Depending on your mood, it's more lunch than breakfast. What, a donut? Please do a lot more Beluga series for summer body motivation. Okay, I just have to figure out ways to say different words instead of saying skinny versus fat. Did you see the video of the BW getting chased by the Zara employees? No. Can you send that to exoticalsunited at Gmail? Because that sounds interesting. Yes, I started growing out my gray because I looked kind of young and was sick of the way I was being treated. Yes. It's so annoying. Oh, well, do you have any recommendations of MLS exotical male channels? I'm trying to remember all their names. Yeah, there are a few MLS male channels. I will say that I don't know what all their content is, but like I know some of them exist. Like there's Brown and Beige Community, there's Mulatto Vanguard, there's Light. I think his name's like Light Skin Historian or something. Those are just some channels I can think of off the top of my head. I don't know what all content is. Do I think they support my channel? Probably not. But yeah, those are the only ones I can think of though. I've never seen any guys using the term exotical. I wasn't expecting any guys to like really be able to relate to my channel, honestly. And so, That's why I called it Exotical. I definitely wouldn't have called it the Exoticals had I known that any men would be able to relate to it. This was always created to be a very feminine space. You know, this channel is like marketed towards women. Life as Princess Bella says, I love all your topics and your perspective. Your personality is hilarious and I relate 100%. Yay! Sarah says, post Waldman, 43 years old, potbelly, works at the local car wash, drives a 2015 WRX on a 24% APR, hazy headlights, wears the same basketball shorts 5 days in a row. Oh my gosh, yes. Smokes cigarettes, probably. You don't like grilled chicken from Pollo Tropical? I don't know what that is. Pollo Tropical, but grilled chicken, it's hit or miss. I mean, if I'm gonna do grilled chicken, it has to actually be cooked on a grill, like the outdoor grill, like the smoker machine or whatever, like the thing where it's like you're grilling like a barbecue grill and it's got like the black lines on it and then like smoke comes out of it. Okay, yes. Anything cooked in there will taste good. Like if it has like charcoal on it and stuff, yes. That's gonna taste good. But see how it's not the actual chicken part that tastes good? It's literally just the charcoal part that I like. It's not the chicken part. Hispanics do a good grilled chicken. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think the Asian community, I love their fried chicken in the Asian community. A beluga topic you can talk about is the BBL trend going away. Okay. Maggie says, I love the comment foolery, men and women. EU's dislike for chicken makes me chuckle every time. I love seafood, my favorite. Yeah, and I'm trying to, I don't like chicken, but I will make myself eat it just because of the health benefits and stuff. You know, it's very low calorie, so it's good. I see why people like so I don't mind if it's doused in sauce or something, or if it's like mixed in with something else. Like, you know, those chicken salad sandwiches or like the dips, it's kind of like tuna, but instead of it being tuna, it's like just chicken in there, like shredded chicken. So I'll eat stuff like that. But as far as like me purchasing chicken and then trying to learn all these fancy recipes, no. I will just get it from a restaurant. Like I literally, there's a restaurant, it's $25 for a rotisserie. You get a rotisserie, like half of it for $25. And it's very expensive because they made it on the grill, like with the charcoal and stuff. I mean, when I want to eat chicken, I will literally go to that restaurant just their chicken. Because most chicken just tastes like trash. It literally tastes like shoestrings. And it's funny because like I said that to X one time. I was telling him how I didn't like chicken because he loved chicken. Oh my God. To this day, I never met anyone that was so obsessed with chicken like how he was. Everything would be chicken. Chicken fingers, chicken tenders, chicken wings, chicken legs, chicken thighs. Oh my God. And then I would say, no, it tastes like shoestrings. And he's like, what kind of chicken are you eating? You know, so then it's like, he was trying to make it like I just have bad taste or something, or like I'm just picking the wrong places, or like maybe I can't cook or something. But it's like, no, it literally tastes like shoestrings. Cottage cheese is popular, but nasty to me. Yeah, like, so I was into cottage cheese. I was into it for a couple weeks, but then one time when I made an omelet, I accidentally put too much cottage cheese on there, and also I didn't like the texture. I didn't like how it melted in the skillet. I didn't like how it kind of looked like white pus in the skillet. And then I ate it, and my stomach immediately got upset, and I never ate it again after that. So yeah, there's something about cottage cheese as well where I'm kind of like, and I just feel like the cottage cheese, I have to season it. You know, I don't just eat it plain. It just has no taste. It has no taste at all. It's literally, you're just eating like fluffy, chewy, like fake cheese. It's like, okay, I'll just eat the regular cheese then, bro. Like, stop trying to convince me that all this stuff is good. Oh, just eat some chicken. Just eat some cottage cheese. Alligator tastes like the best chicken. Had it cooked by a pro in a restaurant in Louisiana years ago. I think I've had alligator. I don't remember it standing out to me. Do you want the pretty privilege or do you want the cookies? Exoticals Unite. Exactly. It's like, do you want the pretty privilege? Do you want that nice body or do you want a cupcake? And that's exactly why I did not eat that chocolate lava cake yesterday at 2 a.m., even though I could have. Even though my friend, she was like, oh, you can get it. It's on me. You know, like I'm buying. I was like, no. I still said no. Because it's like, what do I want? Do I want the pretty privilege or do I want the chocolate lava cake? Everybody eats fucking cakes. Everybody eats cookies. And that's why they're shaped like a cookie. Cottage cheese looks so nasty. Should not exist. I can't even eat it because of how it looks. Refuse. Yeah. Yeah. You kind of have to lie to yourself and convince yourself that it's like not what it is. Pretty Exotical Goddess says, I love how people on TikTok are trying to cancel Nicki Minaj and still talking about her. Like, aren't you supposed to like stop talking about someone if you're canceling them? What happened with her? The MAGA thing? I definitely need you to make a video of how people around you will try to sabotage your pretty privilege journey and how to identify it. Yeah, the way I identify it is if they keep asking me questions, that's a red flag. Because it's like, bitch, why do you want to know so many details about my pretty privilege journey? Why are you so curious? Or when they start making these little snide remarks, usually in my case, it's about my diet. Like, oh, you never eat. Oh, I just have to get used to starving. Oh, Exoticals United is here. You know, we're not going to be eating, you know, so if they say some shit like that, they're cut. Because that's them trying to sabotage my pretty privilege. You know, your body, that's a part of your pretty privilege. So if I hear a bunch of sarcastic comments, then I take that as they're sabotaging. For the Beluga series, can you comment on some of the fit versus fat Jubilee videos? Or even, oh, Jubilee flagged the shit out of me. Jubilee and Vice, they flagged the crap out of my channel. Anytime I try to even freaking respond to a Jubilee video, they just instantly come in and try to flag everything. They'll be like, oh, from timestamp 135 to timestamp 136, she was using Jubilee. I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I can make something for the Beluga series. What's your skinny quote that keeps you from overeating? Well, that skinny quote that somebody just said. Do you want the pretty privilege or do you want the cookies? That sounds like something I would say. But yeah, I say that's a good skinny quote. Also, do you want to be fat or not? Do you want to look like every other girl or not? Do you want to have a top tier body or not? I say that to myself in my head all the time. Like when I'm browsing at the store and then I see they've got some new desserts and I'm kind of thinking about getting it, I will snap out of it. I'm like, Exoticals United, be fucking for real. Do you want to be a size 10 or not? That's 2,000 calories right there. Do you want to gain 1 pound is what, 3,500 calories? So all it takes is a couple slices of cake. You already in 1 pound right there in one sitting. Do you want to be 160? Do you really want to be fucking 160, 150, 180, 190? You're not eating enough. No, I'm not eating as much as you, Gertrude. That's why you're built like a refrigerator. Yeah, exactly. But I am getting tired, you guys. So I'm about to go to sleep. But love you, Pretty Girl Club. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.